it's easy when you're by my side. No point in calling, you just have to see the fundamentals of our love tonight. Cause I've been looking at a photograph of you, and I've been thinking about all the ways you move. This isolation got me feeling like a movie, my love. Yeah, when I wake up, I feel empty, not beside you. My whole life been searching just to find you. This quarantine, it hasn't got the right to keep, but it's a vibe. Killing time, we got nowhere to be. You're sending messages I can't ignore. No contemplating, come here close to me. I'm bored at home, can't leave the house no more. But I've been looking at a photograph of you, and I've been thinking about all the ways you move. This isolation got me feeling like I'm losing my love. Yeah, when I wake up, I feel empty, not beside you. My whole life been searching just to find you. This quarantine, it hasn't got the right to keep, but it's a vibe. You, when I wake up, I feel empty, not beside you. My whole life been searching just to find you. Quarantine, it hasn't got the right to keep, but it's a vibe.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Good evening. Thank you for coming and joining me tonight. So today I have been busy with my family and was only able to go live from my car while we were in between errands, and didn't really get to discuss this case like I wanted to. So I thought while everyone is doing their own thing, I'd come live and get some opinions from you fellers. See what y'all think. What do y'all think about it all? Let's see here. I'm gonna pull it up. Okay, I want to go to what was that? What was that? Let's see here what I want to show you. Let's take a look at this. So NBC put out the footage of the perpetrator.
Released just a short time ago, an armed person that the FBI is asking for your help in identifying tonight. You can see this individual right there on your screen on the doorstep of Nancy Guthrie's home. His face is covered, his hands are in black gloves, but ask yourself tonight if you recognize anything at all about this person's movements, maybe their clothes. Take it all in. These images were taken just before the 84-year-old grandmother disappeared in the early morning hours of February 1st. And her daughter, Today co-anchor Savannah Guthrie, saying tonight, someone out there recognizes this person. So let's get right to Jonathan Vigliotti once again with the latest. Jonathan, good evening.
And Tony, good evening to you. This person went to great lengths to conceal their identity. You can only see their eyes and their mouth, but experts say what they're wearing, even how they walk, is telling, and they believe it is only a matter of time before there's a name.
Chilling new surveillance video captures the scene outside Nancy Guthrie's front door. A masked person, armed with what appears to be a weapon, approaches.
What do you see when you look closer at that video?
Take a look at each piece of clothing, the backpack, look at his eyebrows, the ski mask, and then collectively watch how he walks. Look at his gait. Somebody's going to know that if this is a relative of theirs or a friend or a coworker.
Jason Pack is a retired FBI special agent. He points to the backpack filled with material, a treasure trove of clues in just a few seconds of video.
What does this video mean for the case?
It's really going to break this case wide open.
The FBI says Guthrie's Nest camera was disabled at 1:47 a.m. 41 minutes later, her pacemaker app disconnects from her phone, which was left behind along with a trail of blood. Our cameras captured what the neighborhood looks like in the middle of the night, poorly lit.
Even in daylight, this is a sprawling high desert community. Neighbors' homes are blocked by tall vegetation, and the closest traffic camera is nearly half a mile away.
As welcome as the new evidence may prove in solving the case, it's now 10 days since Nancy Guthrie was taken.
Why did it take so long to retrieve this vital video?
The fact that they're able to go when there's no subscription and it's just out there in cyberspace, flying around and piece this back together and find that one needle in the haystack is actually really remarkable.
And now he says the FBI is going through the evidence pixel by pixel.
The pressure is on, and usually that's when the criminals will make mistakes.
And late today, search and rescue teams with the sheriff's department, along with the FBI, went door to door through the neighborhood where Nancy Guthrie's daughter, Annie, and her son-in-law live, as law enforcement continues canvassing the area.
And Pack says the FBI is working to identify the brands of that backpack and clothing to possibly locate where it was purchased and possibly by whom. Meanwhile, officials continue to call on the public's help. Those tip line numbers are there on your screen, Tony.
Yeah, Jonathan, thank you very much. For more on this video, let's bring in Lance.
Okay, now I want to show you. Darn, where did I see it today? Oh, crap. Bet it was on my phone. Let's see if I can. And it was at Amazon. Darn, where is it? It was footage of an Amazon delivery driver at her house. And the shoes and parts of this person's jacket were similar. Darn, possible suspect Amazon delivery. Where the hell is the footage that I saw? It had on a reflectant shirt like this, and the reflectants were in this video. Hold on, let me see if I can find it on my phone. I wonder if it was on. I've watched so much today that would take me all day. Oh well, we'll just go back and watch some more footage here. Maybe it's in my history. I do want you to see this.
Former FBI director. By the way, we welcome him to
For
our
those that
family.
think this is a hoax of sorts.
Gino, you come at, first of all, a friend, Natalie, spent time on the inside. And it's so easy for people on the sidelines, Monday morning quarterbacks, to law enforcement. However, I do think a definitive statement like we mentioned, the FBI says they are unaware that Savannah Guthrie was talking with her mom's suspected kidnappers means they know everything about the communications to this point. What is likely in your mind going on behind the scenes?
Listen to this.
Okay, so the FBI was brought in a couple days after. There was, you have to have a request for assets to be brought in, or you have to have federal jurisdiction. This was done by request. That's why you saw the crime scene was reopened again. That was the FBI ERT, from what I've heard, going back in, the evidence response team, to take over and do what they do. They do it best. That's all they do, is process evidence at these scenes. So what's going on right now? I see three possibilities, Sean, and I'm not going to weight them. These are three possibilities. If you apply Occam's razor, I see could apply. The first would be, obviously, it's a kidnapping. That was an intended kidnapping for a ransom payment. That would be the first possibility. Again, I'm not weighting any of them. The second possibility would be this was just a crime that went awry. Someone was at the house. Maybe it was a burglary. Maybe something went bad, and that you've got some bad actors committing another crime unrelated. In other words, requesting a ransom for something you didn't do just to take advantage of a situation like this. The third possibility, again, this is and this is where I think you have to kind of think outside of the box, is, especially given some of the messaging that we've seen lately, is the possibility that there may have been some kind of maybe a medical emergency or something, and maybe this was not a kidnapping. And I say that only because, and again, I'm not weighting these possibilities. We're just, when you can't find someone at a crime scene like this right away within the first couple of days, you either have really good surgical type operators, or the story you've been told, or you may have believed, may not be the story.
I wanted the word cuppa.
To look closely here at these pictures and the videos that we are going to show you. A masked, armed person seen approaching Nancy Guthrie's home, covering up her doorbell camera. The person started putting their hand, which was covered by a glove, you can see it here, right over the camera, right? Then seconds later, they are seen taking a nearby shrub and using that, this is the shrub here, to further conceal their identity and to cover that camera. That person also holding what appears to be a flashlight in their mouth. Savannah Guthrie reacting with a simple message about her mother. We believe she is alive. Bring her home. The eerie pictures and videos are the first substantial piece of public evidence in this case. And throughout the afternoon, our Brian Enton seeing search and rescue crews going door to door in Tucson, Arizona. That's where we begin tonight with our team coverage. Retired FBI agents Tracy Walder and Greg McCrary on what the feds are likely doing now. Kelly Meyer over at the White House with how they reacted to all this today. But we begin once again with our Brian Enton live in Tucson. And Brian, so many new questions.
Hey, Mark,
tonight
thanks for coming.
Of this video and these pictures, and you're reporting that you were seeing law enforcement there sort of going door to door in the area.
Yeah, a couple of big things happening right now, Blake. I'll get to what's happening at Annie's in a second, but first of all, the new photos. We didn't see this coming because we were told, remember, the sheriff said that they were not able to access the video from the Google Nest cameras because there was no subscription. And then the FBI gets involved, and through back-end channels, they are able to obtain the video and the pictures, which are just terrifying. Remember when we got the blood video up near the door, Blake? We noticed, or I noticed, that there was a pile of like shrubs right there, like weeds that had been pulled. Well, it makes sense. That is what this person was trying to use to first try to cover the camera before ultimately what we believe when he ripped the camera off. He's covered from head to toe, but you look at the eyebrows, they're pretty distinctive. You can see the mouth. You can see what appears to be possibly facial hair. The backpack is somewhat distinctive, and hopefully someone will recognize something about this man. And the gloves, I want to show you this. A few former FBI agents who I've spoken to said they are 99% sure those are night trial gloves, which look like this. These are not medical grade gloves. These are not gloves that law enforcement would use, but they are gloves that I'm told mechanics use, hairdressers use, those kinds of jobs, and they're quite easy to get. And it looks like they may have been put on top of another glove that he's wearing in the photos. Okay, now I want to quickly tell you about what's happening at Annie Guthrie's house, Blake. That's about 10 minutes from where I am. Just within the last couple of hours, FBI teams and also deputies have swarmed that area, and they are searching the brush around Annie Guthrie's home and also around neighbors' houses. I just got off the phone with my producer who's over there, and she said that they are knocking on doors and they are asking for consent to search the properties around, and these again are properties all around Annie Guthrie's house. Annie Guthrie, of course, is Savannah's sister, Nancy's other daughter. Blake?
Brian Ensign live for us there in Tucson, Arizona. I want to get to Kelly Meyer in a second, but let's bring in Tracy Walder and Greg McCrary first. Both of them are retired FBI agents. Tracy and
so
Greg,
they've
thank
covered
you. And
up
Kelly, I'll get to you in a second. I want to
sisters
start there, though.
and
What does it suggest
son-in-law's
to you, Tracy,
place.
on Brian's reporting that they are now in that area and sort of going through the brush, Tracy?
Well, thank you for having me, Blake. Obviously, it suggests to me that there is perhaps something of interest in the area. Now, that I don't think that that is from the videos that we have seen. I think it may be from witness interviews. It could maybe from digital evidence that is pointing them into that direction where they are searching that brush. I am starting to think now that perhaps this person didn't get very far, because if you think about it, you're leaving with a 150, 160-pound person who is relatively immobile. Where exactly are you going to go? And so I think, I don't necessarily think she's there in those bushes, but I do think that there could be some kind of evidence or tip there that they've been tipped off to.
Greg, you were in the behavioral specialist unit over at the FBI. Given the video that you just saw and the way that person was moving and how they were reacting at the time, anything that you picked up on that you think the FBI picked up on this evening as well?
Yes, I think there are a couple of issues that especially the public needs to be aware of and could be helpful with this. One thing I would say is that this individual or individuals, whoever has done this, their normal routine has been disrupted since the abduction. So, you know, we can go through all the clothing and all that. That's fine. But another thing that to be considering isn't going to work as usual, isn't at the usual coffee shop. They've been totally consumed with this abduction since they started it, and it's just taken over their life. So their normal everyday routine has been disrupted.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our News Nation app right now on your phone, and you will get
focus at the Bureau, former FBI director.
There was one video of a potential person. Let's get a picture of let's close this out here. Let's do this. I want to see these two pictures side by side. Here we go. Images. Now let me share the screen here so y'all can see it with me. I want to see his bandmates. Can I make that bigger? Darn. How do I share this with you? Is it sharing it now? Yes. Huh. Give me 2 seconds here. Look at those eyes. Now let me go back here. Here it is. That's the one I want right there. Close that, close that, close that. I want this one. This image right here, I want. Save as. Okay, now we're going to upload this one here. It didn't download, son of a bitch. Wouldn't you know it? Let's screenshot this. Did it do it? Probably not. I want to get this dude's eyes close together. The eyes are where it's always at. That there. It's Always in the eyes. There. It's interesting. Someone said it looked like one of his bandmates. Wow, it could be one of his bandmates. Cash Patel. Save images. Okay, now I'm going to upload this picture. Let's see how this looks. Here, Guthrie 2. Open. Look at the eyes. And of course the facial hair. Damn, that's awful close. Phew, I might be. Let's look at the bandmates. His bandmates. Someone said his bandmates might be. Who is Dominique Evans and what is his connection to Nancy? Dominique Evans was a bandmate. Do you see his eyebrows, the guy on the left? See how distinct his eyebrows are? Are they out front, Bella? Hold on just 1 second. Let's see what we can find on this dude here. See, Guthrie, break slits, unmask possible suspect.
This season, you've got places to go, people to see.
A bombshell tip from cyber sleuths has led to a potential breakthrough in the Nancy Guthrie kidnapping case, pointing fingers at a close friend of the family with a shady past and an eerie resemblance to the masked intruder caught on camera. So this could unravel everything we thought we knew about who might be behind the 84-year-old's disappearance from her Tucson home. I'm Joseph Morris, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's jump right into this major update. And thanks to everyone who commented on my last video and tipped me me off about this guy. So meet Dominic Aaron Lee Evans, the longtime friend and former bandmate of Tommaso Cioni.
Okay, what do y'all think? Do you notice the eyebrows are very distinctive? And there are some people that think it looks like a woman. He definitely has the build. It's the eyebrows, the eyes, the mouth.
Who is married to Nancy's daughter, Annie. Dominic is a Tucson musician and the founding drummer of the indie post-punk band Early Black, which he started back in 2007 with Tommaso on bass and vocal.
Let's look at that face. He looks too small. I think he looks too small.
Plus Walter I. Gonsalves Jr. on guitar and vocals. The band stayed active for years, and sources confirm Dominic and Tommaso are still good friends today. But here's where it gets interesting. Public records from Pima County show Dominic has a serious criminal history, including arrests for felony, burglary, robbery, embezzlement, and DUI. Now,
wow. Well, what do you think? His name is Dominique Evans. The eyebrows are what's going to give it away.
Are still good friends today. But here's where it gets interesting. Public records from Pima County show Dominic has a serious criminal history, including arrests for felony, burglary, robbery, embezzlement, and DUI. Now, with the new Nest doorbell footage out there showing that masked figure in latex gloves, many are saying he bears a striking resemblance to none other than Dominic. So think about it. Those eyes, the eyebrows, and the goatee.
I'm noticing the long eyelashes and the lips. It absolutely could be him. See the eyelashes?
All lining up in a weird way. One viewer noted how the eyes look similar, though Dominic's appear more downturned to me, but the camera angle, which was lower, might be playing tricks since the intruder's looking down. And get this, the lips to me match up as well, right down to a similar scar. The man in the Nest Cam footage seems to have a scar above his lip that makes facial hair hard to grow there, and both have that patchy look in their beards. And here's another detail that's hard to ignore. The intruder appears to duck his head slightly as he comes into view of the Nest camera, almost like he knew exactly where it was positioned and was trying to obscure his face or avoid a clear shot. That kind of shot. That kind of awareness, there he is trying to get both.
It's that dude, isn't it?
This off, given his old friend's history and experience in this sort of arena. Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'd be interested to hear your theory.
Let's see what other theories are out there tonight.
All right, let's hang up at 7401 7401 North Skylake Drive, 25 meters. Continue everything.
Let's see who's live. Where the hell is my shit? Where's my subscriptions? I hate it when it's backwards like this. Okay, let's see. Let me go to, where is JLR? Is he live still? No. So I guess there's nothing new, is it? He would be on top of it if it was. He's out there at it. Let's see who else is live talking about it. We can go watch. Let's go see what the Tucson news is.
Return on 8 south.
Yeah, again, I've just been watching what Kash Patel is saying, and I don't see any huge updates about what's going on right this second. Not that I expected to. Happy Jack thinks FBI has media on blackout.
We're running an ambulance to Broadway on Twin Peaks with ANR.
Kash Patel says we've made substantial progress in the last 36 hours and we are looking at people who are persons of interest. That's what he said. And I'm just watching what Kash Patel is talking to Hannity about.
This is the scanner. It says first activity reported in Bitcoin ransom account. SWAT was been deployed. So I guess someone tried to get the ransom money. They're closing in on them. It's really neat to see this play out in real time, isn't it?
Oh, hey guys, B&O News just posted. Canadian police confirm 7 people killed, 25 injured after school shooting in Tumbler Ridge, British Columbia. 2 others found dead at a home, suspect also dead. The 25 injured are non-life-threatening injuries. So 7 dead, 25 with non-life-threatening injuries.
Someone just said that Fox has their drone out. So let's go see if we can find the Fox News drone. Let's go over here to live. I don't see any of it live. Don't see it. Okay, let's close that out. Let's go to
Ladies, you don't need tattooed.
this one's live.
Every passing moment, you know, that's what I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of her safety and her well-being. So you want to exhaust everything from an investigative standpoint.
Yeah, the timing element every day that goes by continues to bring more heartbreak here. Evie, I'm curious, is it fair to anticipate that the FBI within the next 24, 48 hours or so, now that they have released these pictures, these videos, is it typical to create some sort of composite or some sort of bullet list of what they are able to gather about this individual from the video, such as a height, a weight? And yes, I know that their face is obscured, but I also know that we're living in an age where AI can go a long way in kind of detailing what someone looks like, even if they're not fully seen. Is that something that you anticipate seeing, kind of additional information that could help the public, you know, match those attributes with an individual that they may encounter, you know, in the public?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, even on social media, there's people asking AI or Grok, hey, what would this person's face look like without the ski mask? Everyone's doing it, but it's yielding you information on the shape of the face, the length of the shape, how wide or short it is. They're all those things that will definitely help you in that assessment. So you're putting a composite, but this is the FBI, and I think
Out front now, Harvey Levin. He is the founder of TMZ, which also received that initial ransom note for Nancy Guthrie. And Harvey, let me just start because I know you've got a lot of news here. You've got some new information right now. What are you learning?
So we have talked with multiple law enforcement sources who are involved in the investigation. And they believe that whoever kidnapped Nancy Guthrie is from the Tucson area. One of the big reasons they believe that is because both ransom notes went to one or two local stations in Tucson. And the person who wrote the ransom note, and we are told that they believe that ransom note, or they're operating under the belief now that that ransom note is real, is legit, that it was written by somebody very familiar with the area, somebody in the area. And also, when you look at what they said, and Aaron, we talked about this yesterday, that they said if you pay the money, we will get Nancy back to Tucson within 12 hours. So it's within a 700-mile radius of Tucson, but they believe it's within that television market.
And it sounds like from what you're saying that they're going under the assumption that, let me ask this to you directly. The person who wrote the ransom note, you're saying, is from the Tucson area and is related to the kidnapping. What is your understanding as to whether they think that that is related to the person that we now have video of outside Nancy Guthrie's door? Are those the same people, the person at the door and the person writing the note?
I can't say that that's the person who wrote the note. They haven't told me that, but yeah. I think it's pretty easy to connect the dots that the person there, who is completely covered up, who also has a gun, is probably the person who abducted Nancy. Now, whether that person had help and that's the person who wrote the ransom note, I don't know, but they believe, and again, I don't want to say they are positive that the person is from the Tucson area. That is what they believe. And that they believe this ransom note is connected to the person who abducted Nancy.
So obviously that it's legitimate and it's from the Tucson area, that person is, which I know, Harvey, is something you had been saying based on your own, receiving of the note and how it read and what you had seen. So this corroborates that. Now, the ransom note that you received had that Bitcoin address for a ransom payment. We're now 24 hours and 25 minutes past the deadline.
I'm outside my door. It's an ambulance? She's standing there arguing with the firemen, and it seems like they're trying to tell her to get out. Isn't that hilarious? They made him take the cat inside. Isn't that crazy? You want French fries? Okay. Just give me a few more minutes and I'll fry them.
for that payment? And I know you have still been checking for any payments. What are you seeing?
So about 12 minutes ago, we saw activity in that account.
Activity like what?
That's what I can't talk about. There are reasons I can't, but all I can say is there is now activity in that Bitcoin account.
Okay, now let me just ask one more question and you'll share with me what you can. But when you say activity, is that you can see money is going into the account, or are you able to tell whether it's money going in or going out?
Well, it would only show, as I understand this, money going in. And the only thing you would see is money. And Aaron, that's all I can say.
Okay, all right. So obviously that's crucial information. So you're saying about 12 minutes ago, so you actually saw money go into that Bitcoin account. And just to be clear, this is the Bitcoin account in the first letter where the individual had said, you're not going to hear from me again. And this is where to wire what the second letter made clear after last night would have been $6 million.
Yeah, yesterday I said to you that I didn't know whether that second letter may have contained a different Bitcoin address. I don't think it did now, because I can tell you that the link we have from the first letter is what we've been checking. And again, all I can say is, as of a few minutes ago, for the first time, we saw activity.
Now, Harvey, can I ask you one other thing? And I know you can't tell me how much money, and you can't say that. But does it allow you to see any kind of notification as to anything about, for example, when you Venmo somebody, and you can sometimes see things publicly about who's Venmoing or what it's about? Is there anything that would be identifying about it, even if you can't understand what the identifying is, or is it simply a balance?
Yeah, I was worried coming on because of your persistence. I am in a tough spot right now, and maybe later we can talk about why. But I can only tell you that we have seen activity in the account.
Okay. Now, Harvey, from your understanding from your law enforcement sources, okay, is that activity related to, I mean, because we obviously got the images just a few hours ago, right, of that individual. And now we have all this action going on the ground around Nancy Guthrie's house, around Annie Guthrie's house, with FBI teams and sheriff teams. Is that related in your understanding to anything that we're seeing in this account from law enforcement sources?
I don't feel comfortable answering that. And I'm not trying to be cagey. I will explain at a point why, but I just cannot say anything right now. I will say that, it's not like, I don't know if you've talked about this yet, but the images and the video that we saw today, this is not something that law enforcement had and just decided to finally kind of dole out. They just got it as well. So they were not withholding it. They released it as soon as they got it. Whether you connect the dots or not, you do as you wish, but I'm just telling you that, yes, the video came out earlier today, and a few minutes ago, there was activity for the first time in this account.
I mean, obviously, that's the most significant news that we have received of the day here. What you're saying about that, and just to emphasize it again, that Harvey Levin at TMZ is reporting, because he has that Bitcoin address in the first ransom note, that there was activity in it about now 13 minutes ago, Harvey, and that was what had been provided to the Guthrie family as to where they were supposed to send the ransom money. So, Harvey, do you think that we're there? That something major is about to happen in this case tonight?
I don't know. I don't know. I know that there is an active investigation right now, and it feels more vibrant than it did when it felt like everybody was at a kind of a standstill a few days ago. there seems to be more going on right now. There seems to be more moving parts.
All right, Harvey Levin, thank you very much. I appreciate talking to you so much. Thanks.
Well, what do you think of that? Isn't that crazy?
All tourist number 2 line. Copy 606.
Okay, all right, you close.
1060.
5006. Engine one, go ahead.
10-4. I'm in radio service. Close to the ladder 1 traffic.
We'll go ahead. Your equal distance. Do you want to take it for them?
Uniforms like well.
1606.
We're gonna post that Grant Stone Market parking lot. Yeah, sure, why not?
Copy that.
263 traffic.
263.
Arizona Charles Michael Lincoln 8407 Blue Dodge Ram 5000 La Cañada and my apologies. La Cañada and Desert Fairway. Matt 815 dispatch. Ladder 1 fire.
Engine 1, Public Assist, 426, East 8th Street, Unit 2, 300 North and 400 East. Respond on A3 North.
Ladder 1, you can stay in the house. Engine 1's going to take the call. Ladder 1, you can cancel. Engine 1's going to take the call.
Central Control Entrada, leaving Santa Cruz, in Rankin Harbor. Copy. No, we can't. Dispatch, Matt 875, go ahead. Matt 875, can you head to TFD5 for coverage? 875 copies. Copy 875, showing you around. Dispatch, Matt 889, copy. Have a great night. Copy 889, you as well. Ladder 1, fire alarm. Walker 2, can you start at a 901 for a male, got lacerations to his knees, face?
34.
Ladder 1, copy circulation. Check. Or early traffic return.
7586, check welfare.
Survey, can you copy me?
758, check welfare at 79 7990 East Snyder Road, apartment 1105, 1607.
Survey, Kennedy.
Still waiting for product inspection. Tango Whiskey Uniform 05.
Venue 4.
Copy Tango 4 1608.
Kilo 302 1042.
Kilo 302 698.
EJ's asking if somebody could do a drive-by because he just sitting outside talking on the phone. See if it's him or not. That's Charlie. Fire 841. 841 fire. Fire 841's transporting University. Check. Fire 115 control 1042 exterior, code 4 1041 interior. Have you been by yet, Joe? Hey, any of you guys want a chicken salad?
3386. 3386. 1023 is our trip call.
I'm good, thank you, though. 49. Dispatch 841.
401, go ahead.
Transporting Tanner, Maine.
425. Copy. 425, 1608.
432, we're going to be out at 3120 West Curtis Road.
1608.
What?
149.
Kilo 361 Fox 23%.
Go ahead.
If you walk northbound from your current location, I do see a tent that is erected and a couple of chairs.
76.
1608.
We're going to come out of the Yeah, I want to encrypt. I agree you now. Can everybody copy me? Let's do a radio check. Contact. Where do you go?
Have a good night. 1608.
3295.
3295.
1023. You say negative, Charlie? Yeah, we got Charlie.
Copy, baby. 1608.
Fire engine 376. Engine 376, fire. Unit 2 has 146. 3408.
69.
Bravo 27, traffic.
Go ahead.
55890 Frank Robert. Grant. So,
10-4.
Unit 4 on duty. Direct to the agency assistant. We're in the area not seeing anything. Do you have any additional info?
Kilo 114, good morning.
I have him on the phone. He said no. All right, tell him to go unencrypted on his radio. Hey, 4. Fire engine 14.
Engine 14 there.
Fire was out prior to arrival. We'll be in service.
Check a copy. Tango 4.
When I saw the domain was
It's the first major break in the abduction of Nancy Guthrie. Today, the FBI releasing these new images and videos of a possible suspect in the case.
The new images show a person wearing a mask and gloves appearing on Nancy's.
I'm frying up some French fries for my son, so give me just a minute.
You move like smoke through crowded rooms, dark hair falling over your eyes. Laugh lines drawn in crooked moves. You're every place I wanna hide. Bare feet on a kitchen chair, stealing my jacket, stay in the night. You laugh and the walls go bare, every shadow steps into the light. You're my gypsy soda hiding, my free spirit, wild and quiet, haunted like a dream I don't wake from. Dark-haired beauty, you make me smile, you make me smile. You're a comfortable place to hide. You read my scars like tarot cards, say, babe, you're not cursed, just tired. Tracing my fears on my forearm, turning every bruise into a quiet. You hum old songs I never knew, voice like smoke on winter glass. I lose my name just watching you. I lose my past, I lose my past. You're my gypsy soda hiding, my free spirit, wild and quiet, haunting like a dream I don't wake from. Dark-haired beauty, you make me smile, you make me smile. You're a comfortable place to hide. If the world comes crashing in, we'll light a candle in the sink. You'll say, stay here under my skin, and I'll believe every word you breathe. You're my gypsy soda hiding, my free spirit, wild and quiet, haunted like a dream I don't wake from. Dark-haired beauty, you make me smile, you make me smile. You're a comfortable place to hide. You're a comfortable place to hide. You move like smoke through crowded rooms, dark hair falling over your eyes.
Okay, I'm making these French fries for my son. Let's see what's happening here. Brian's getting the scoop. Brian will be back. Says JLR is live again. Let's go see.
So hopefully we don't get into that type of situation on this. I am on my way to Tommaso's home, and we'll see what's going on there. We'll use that as a staging ground. I am in just north of Tucson. Here's the Circle K right here. Here's the Circle K. So we're going to go over here and find out what's happening with this detainment and listen in and find out details and everything like that. Look how pitch black it is out here in Tommaso's area. Oh, there's a fire truck. Huh. I lost my media badge. I was out and about doing the filming today. My media badge is gone. Missing JLR's media badge. It's very, very dark out here, folks. A suspect has been detained in connection with this case. On my way to Tommaso's right now. I'm almost there, probably within the next couple minutes. And we're going to go find out what's this detainment about. Questioning and what is going on in Oro Valley with the and I'll read you the reports about what's going on in Oro Valley. Whoa, there's somebody there. You can't even see him. See that? That's crazy. This is the neighborhood. This is where Tommaso lives at night. Check it out. This is insanity. Look. This is what it looks like out here. ABC just showed a video of a person trying to take out the camera. The person had gloves and a mask on. All right, so there's media out here in front of Tommaso's home. Look at all the media out here. Here. We're at Tommaso's. We're at Tommaso and Annie's home. What's this car doing? All right, yeah, back here at Annie and Tommaso's home, there's people out here. This is where Tommaso lives. I'm going to spin the camera around and we're going to talk. Try to find out more information. Did you hear news that a suspect has been detained? Is it somebody affiliated with Tommaso and Annie? I asked that because authorities were combing this area like crazy today. Scouring around the entire area. Somebody's taking a picture in front of their home. All right, so let me keep this right here for a second, folks. We'll try to understand what's going on. Let me put my glasses on. And I am out here in front of Tommaso's home. Not much activity here. So who gets arrested or who gets detained here? So it says the reports, law enforcement detains one in connection with Nancy Guthrie's disappearance. ABC News says the Pima County Sheriff's Office and the FBI detained someone south of Tucson for questioning. So that was probably where those two SWATs went. The FBI had released doorbell footage on Tuesday. We saw all that. That's all we know. That's all we know. So what's the information? Keep coming. Keep coming with what we got. I am in front of Tommaso's home right now. What in the world is going on here? Someone has been detained. Dun, 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 dun. What do we got? Seems like somebody has been detained here. I asked somebody what the church is. Look, I asked the neighbor here. I talked to Tommaso's neighbor here. And this is what the neighbor told me. I'll play it here. Give me 1 second. So I spoke to a neighbor of Tommaso. If I can find it. Dun, 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 dun. Breaking news. Dun, 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 dun. Basically, there's a church around the corner here. And around the corner of the church, he pretty much told me.
What was that name of that church? Dove of Peace. I gotta remember that.
Dove of Peace. So they said the FBI is over there at the Dove of Peace Church right by Tommaso's home. Dove of Peace. Lutheran Church. We're going to go over to the Dove of Peace and see if there's agents still there. It is approximately 0.7 miles away. Dove of Peace. So we're going to go over there and see what's up.
Be right back.
If there's nothing there, we'll come back.
North Northern Hills Drive, then turn right onto North Northern Hills Drive.
Dove of Peace.
Turn right onto North Northern Hills Drive.
Look at all the people outside of the home here. Dove of Peace.
Take your next left onto North Linda Road.
Look how dark it is out here. The FBI was out here today, all around the neighborhoods here. And there's a church that they were staged at. I'm going to go over there and see if they're still staged.
North Linda Road. Then at the next stop sign, you'll turn left.
At the Dove of Peace Church.
At the stop sign, turn left onto West Roller Coaster Road.
Roller Coaster Road. Yo, this is a roller coaster.
In a quarter mile, turn right into the parking lot.
The Dove of Peace Church.
Turn right into the parking lot.
Where's the parking lot? FBI was here. I don't see anybody here at the Dove of Peace Church. All right, nobody's here. So let me turn around here. The Dove of Peace Church. So the FBI is not looking for, not in this area right now, the Dove of Peace Church. So give me 1 second. Out in the field here, JLR investigates. Someone has been detained. Who? Who has been detained? Out and about. Crazy stuff, man. I've never seen anything so crazy than this. So let me see what my people are saying. I'm getting some messages here. I got all kinds of sources around here that have been telling me stuff. Somebody said the name DE. The name DE. Now, I will tell you straight up, if it's DE, I will donate the entire $50,000 reward to Border Patrol and ICE. If it's DE, because I have documented proof a while back communicating with Pima County Sheriff's Office about DE and got responses by Pima County Sheriff's Office inquiring and want to know more about DE. If it's him. If it's him. If it was him, I will donate the entire $50,000. A lot of people think it's DE, but it might not be him. Have you heard his name? Man, DE's like basically going viral right now. But I mean, I personally saw the stuff. People don't think it's him. Talking about DE. Some people think it's him, some people don't. I don't personally think it's him in the footage, but I don't know. What do you think? I don't know. His name's circulating. DE. But I will say, and I pretty much put it out there, I communicated with Pima County Sheriff's days ago about DE, and someone from them, who was it? Let me see. Somebody's honking. Somebody's watching me. They're honking. Let me see if I can get that email. If I'm logged in on my email on this phone. It might not be. Open in Gmail app. Hold on. Yes. A deputy by the name of Earl Giron, Gier, responded back to me. A deputy named Earl and wanted more information and left me a phone number. But I emailed him back. Now, I'm not saying it's the guy. I don't know. But if it is, whoa. All right, let's go back to Tommaso's house. Let's go back to Tommaso's, folks. Someone got detained. We'll find out soon who it could be. I can say that. Why are agents all around the home of Annie and Tommaso's today? Why are they all around the area? Tornado. They're all around the area. Or somebody centered around the case. So much stuff has come through. They were looking through pipes today. They were looking in all types of locations. It's crazy. Going back to Tommaso's. Dude, this is called Roller Coaster Road. This is insanity. It's called Roller Coaster Road back here. Look how dark it is back here.
Boy, you can really...
They got somebody for questioning, and there's a conspiracy. The first one that takes a bite at the apple is the one that gets the deal, the best deal.
That's right.
So someone might be spilling the beans.
Yeah.
And sharing everything they know to get that sweet deal. Look how crazy it is out here. It's literally crazy.
I'm glad he went out there for us all.
So what do we got? See how it's pitch black out here and anyone can do anything at night? All right, there's people at Tommaso's home. Cars are pulling up to Tommaso's. Look. Dude, everyone's running. I just saw a bunch of people run. Look at this. Hey, let me, I know that person. Hey. Yeah, I'm live right now, but let me just ask you. No, you could talk. What's the buzz? Who is it?
I don't know yet. I'm trying.
Is it DE?
They detained someone. I can't.
But you know the name DE. You went there.
That I don't know. I don't know.
You don't know.
I swear I don't. I'm trying. Did you hear that?
That's what people are saying. I mean, people were saying names.
They weren't. I was at the house.
But they just put out a thing. I'm pulling up here.
Okay, yeah.
She works for People Magazine.
Mute it. We got you. We're gonna tip.
Mute it. What? All right, hold on. I gotta mute. Thank you. I mean, she pretty much told us what we already know. She's like, mute it. But that's nice. Let me find something out here a minute. I'll be right back. Where's everybody going? Hey,
Damn. Hope she's okay.
Here's security guard just asked me. The security guard for the Guthries don't even know what's going on. The security guy just came over and says, "What's going on?" Him, the security guard. He just watch. You'll see him in a second. He didn't even know what's going on. The security guard for the security guard that's been hired. He's so out of the loop. He's asking me what's going on. He's him right here. This guy. He's the security guard. That's their security guard. You don't even know what's going on. He's a nice guy, but he's just a contractor. I mean, he doesn't even know. No, this is good. All right. So it appears Rio Rico. Rio Rico is a little town. It's on its way to Nogales. Somebody was in Rio Rico. Rio Rico. Let me see. Rio Rico. I remember that town. I got gas there. That's like there's like a port. There's like a border patrol checkpoint right by there in Rio Rico.
It's a massive cartel town.
Rio Rico. So, where is Nancy? I'm going to try to find some information here. I am out front of Tommaso's home right now. So, that's that security vehicle watching over his house right now. So, I was going to head up to Oro Valley, too, to a particular place. Let me just see for sure. Yeah, JLR investigates. This is crazy stuff. This is insanity.
Is it okay? You're welcome.
Suspect detained. But are they going to say, this is crazy. Oh, I got a flashlight. I have to, where's my flashlight? I have to go find my press pass. So come with me.
Bitcoin, and they
I think I know where I dropped my press pass. I lost my press pass when I was out there.
And they said that the border town is full of cartels, so he must have owed the cartel money. Yeah.
Do I look like the police? All right, so look. FBI today was searching all around this area. They were searching all around here. They were going door to door, but look how dark it is at night. You can't literally see anything. Easy a way to dispose of a body.
This is JLR Investigates that we are streaming. He's allowing us full permission to use his stream. Breaking update on the search for Nancy Guthrie. They have someone detained.
They were all door to door in this area. It was insanity.
Thank you, Troll, for leaving me alone.
But even if they have somebody detained that's connected with this case and they don't share where Nancy is, then, authorities have to still continue to look.
Well, maybe I'll enjoy being a creator again.
So you got to be very careful. I look for the press pass a minute. believe it was at the end of the road. Somewhere around here. Oh, I'll be right back. I have to look for something. I think I dropped something around here. Might also be down here. So yeah, FBI was going all over the place here today. It's crazy. But you can't see nothing. Literally. They're also talking about Oro Valley. To the north. That's according to Fox.
A person has been detained for questioning in connection with the abduction. Person detained for questioning.
I'm going back to Tomaso's a minute, regroup. So somebody has been detained. According to reports, it was Rio Rico.
Ooh, hooray. Finally, some movement. Finally. Now if they can just let us know she's okay, right?
The question is, why was FBI all around here today? That's what's crazy. See, this is crazy terrain, isn't it? I'm going back to Tomaso's house. Staging area.
Yeah, take us back there and see what's going on there.
Let me see something here.
This is so unnerving. If I was there, I would be on the
So the
edge.
reports are coming out. Two things. Whoever this is, and it looks like it was in the town of Rio Rico, about 30 miles to the south of Tucson. Report of law enforcement activity in the community of Rio Rico, south of Tucson.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we could go there if you want.
Rio Rico.
If we get a location, we could go to Rio Rico if you guys want to go up to Rio Rico. But I also, I'll just share with you, 9:29 p.m. update, 9:29, which was 2 hours ago. So that's Eastern. Reports that LE is also headed north to Oro Valley area. It appears they might be going after more than one individual.
Oh, wow.
In Oro Valley. So
So they tried to get the money off the Bitcoin thingamabob.
Now, some people also talking about the school that Tommaso is affiliated with, the basis of Oro Valley. Oro Valley Police and Pima County Sheriff are involved with an operation. Sources tell CBS News authorities detained a person of interest in connection with the Nancy Guthrie case. This as Oro Valley Police tell me, and this is coming from Laura Geller TV, tell me members of their regional SWAT team were activated to work on a mission with Pima County Sheriff.
Mm-hmm.
So you got like two situations. So it appears maybe 15 minutes to the north and 30 minutes to the south where there's an operation going on. Boom, boom. Rio Rico. Now let's look at Flight Radar 24 and see what we got on Flight Radar 24. Nothing in Rio Rico, nothing in Nogales. I remember that. Oh, well, there's a chopper. LifeNet started in Rio Rico, but that has nothing to do with this. I am live outside the home of Tommaso and Annie Guthrie. Continuous coverage of Nancy Guthrie.
Mm-hmm.
Let the Pima County Sheriff know that the pizza was pretty good today. Pima County Sheriff was like saying, oh, the house was a crime scene. And people are saying, if it was a crime scene, then why don't you have the tape up?
Mm-hmm.
As a way for the public to learn.
Little. We just know that there's a person being questioned, and we don't know whether or not they'll ultimately be charged. There's a lot of different facets of this investigation. We're kind of waiting to see if those become true.
And I appreciate that, Tom, because I think it's important context here that this is a piece potentially of the puzzle. It is not the whole puzzle because obviously we still don't know anything about where Nancy Guthrie is, Tom. And I wonder in the course of the many conversations that I know you and the team have been having, is there anything that stands out to you, something that you've heard, let's say, again and again from law enforcement experts or analysts about the video that we're seeing here? In other words, is there a particular thread or clue or hint that they have keyed in on throughout the course of the evening here that could be important?
I don't know because this has all happened so quickly this evening. I mean, we got a sense it's currently 10:06 on the East Coast. I would say approximately of 5:30 p.m. tonight, we started to detect that there was a lot of movement in law enforcement in the greater Tucson area, that there were a number of things that we needed to start to pay attention to. We continue to make our calls, discuss with who we needed to discuss the types of information that would get us to the point where we would report this news if it were true. And so we're talking about less than 5 hours when this really kind of kicked into gear. What it is about this video that may have been helpful or not to get to a point where you feel comfortable taking somebody in for questioning, it's not immediately clear. To me, what would be most important, just based on my experience of covering these cases and the dinners, the cheeseburgers, the hours on the phone, well, what was it that made the case for you? It's if they could find on this person any of the things that we're looking at. The multiple sets of gloves. I think everybody thinks there's multiple sets of gloves. That gun that sticks out so very clearly. Is the mask there? You're looking at the gun there on the photo. The backpack. If it's all together that's there, that's going to be incredibly powerful evidence. It will obviously give them confidence that they're keying in on the right person. If they've found that, how much they found of that, we just don't know, Hallie.
Tom, I'm going to let you get back to the phone. I know you got more calls to make, but I appreciate you standing by, and I'll ask you to come back to the camera when you can, pal. Let me bring in our NBC News law enforcement analyst, Evie Pamporis, who's joining us now. Evie, you heard Tom lay out a myriad of things that law enforcement analysts and experts have been looking at that investigators would presumably be looking at. So I'll put the question to you. What stands out to you from this? And as you have capably sort of brought us inside what that questioning would look like of this individual, what would the next step be?
Well, look, let's kind of build a little bit of the framework of what the questioning would look like. Local authorities take them into custody. Now, typically, if it's being done, I don't want to say right, but a certain way, you would want to have a representative from the local authorities, also maybe an FBI law enforcement official. You want a primary and secondary in the room. You typically don't want to do criminal investigations by yourself because your secondary is going to pick up things that you miss. It's actually a lot of work to interview someone, to read them, to assess them, to ask questions, to note, are they telling me the truth or not? Did they actually answer my question? Or am I going through a list? So it's a lot of work. So having a secondary in there is going to pick up the things that you miss. And you play off. I also want to highlight that the first interview is the most important interview.
Yes.
A lot of times people think, oh, you can go back again and again. And I will tell you through my own experience, that first one is where you want to try to get the bulk of information. When you go to the second or third or fourth, your chances of getting good information goes down. I mean, it tanks. So we're looking at potentially, is this person a suspect or are they somehow connected to the suspect? In addition, we were talking about warrants before. You know, there's something simple you can do sometimes as an investigator. Consent. Hey, do you mind if we look through your house? Do you mind if I look through your home? Do you mind if I look through your computer? They can give you consent. And you know what? Sometimes they do. So that's not lost on me as a former interviewer. Now, if they don't, you want to work those back channels if you can, if you've got enough probable cause to get those warrants, to get those search warrants, because I want to be looking through your devices, through your search history, through your home while you're being interviewed, because then we can corroborate information. I don't want to do it after the fact. So hopefully I would suspect that these two things are happening simultaneously. That way the interviewers in the room, they can take breaks, they can walk out, find out if any new developments happened, go back in there. And again, the other thing is that person there voluntarily or not? You know, are they going to stop that interview? But if you can build rapport, keep them talking, create an environment that's low key and low stress. Although as investigators, you're high stress, right? You want to find Nancy. But at the same time, if you've got a person and you think they're correlated or tied directly to this case, you need to keep them in that room. You don't want game over. Once they walk out, or once they say they're walking out, or they're done talking to you, it really shuts everything down. So it's really, really important that you handle this carefully. You can't just go in there and just bombard people. It can completely blow the case up in your face.
Evie, I'm going to ask you to stand by as well as we bring in our Chief Justice and National Affairs correspondent, Kelly O'Donnell, who is live in Tucson for us, Kelly, where we had seen, as expected, a fair amount of activity. Federal officials, Pima County, had suggested, hey, they'll have folks going out door to door. The investigation would be continuing. Then earlier today, we obviously got the drop of images that we have seen, that we have been playing here, that individual in the mask, in the gloves, going up to the camera. Give us a sense of what it's like on the ground tonight at this hour, evening, obviously, where you are.
Well, obviously, there has been a lot of that activity after the images were made public. The outreach to the public is a big part of this. Putting together a website to give people access at their fingertips, on their phone, on their home computer, the office tomorrow. They can look at the information that is assessed by the FBI as a way for the public to learn what's happening in the investigation and a way to contribute tips or information. Obviously, a lot of that centers right here in Tucson because that is where the crime happened. That is where Nancy Guthrie has had her life and family. This is home for them. Is it a case where whoever's responsible for this is from this area? We don't know the answer to that yet. There's also been a broader outreach across several states with billboards going up with information, her photo, the phone number. That's been a part of this. And now there is a work that's happening involving a few officers or sheriff's deputies at a time going to areas where there might be an opportunity to learn something. Commercial businesses in the area that is not too far from where Nancy Guthrie lives. To describe her home as we have as being particularly desert-like in the sense that it is so dark here at this hour of night, no street lights, none of that. There's also a lot of vegetation that blocks some of the visibility for neighbors around this. But she is not far from a thriving business area where there is a lot in terms of bright lights and shops and gas stations and all of those things. So she's tucked into a community that is very peaceful as part of her life here, but not far from activities where there could be businesses that might have seen something or know something or have the kind of cameras and so forth. Before these images, that sort of outreach was really looking for who was out at 2 a.m. on that Sunday more than a week ago.
Yep.
Now they've been able to narrow it significantly by seeing a real figure who came to her home in those wee hours, dressed to commit a crime. And now they have more information to work with. That brings about tips. We've been told by the FBI a spike in tips tonight. As we expect, not all of those will have actual value, but authorities have the manpower to handle it. They know that's coming. They're working with the Pima County Sheriff's Department. The FBI sources that I've been talking to say this particular questioning of an individual is in the hands of Pima County, and they are directing any inquiries to Pima County. So that tells us that this is something in an early stage, perhaps. This is something that could be trying to elicit information from an individual. As your conversation has been unfolding here, anyone who is questioned by authorities has the right to not participate. Is this person cooperating? Are they answering questions? Have they been given their Miranda rights? We don't know any of those details, and it will take time for that to come out. What we certainly hope is whatever is happening in a room with law enforcement is valuable, either eliminating someone or learning something that could help lead to answers about where is Nancy Guthrie? Is she okay? And can she be returned to her family? So with all of this at a scale of national profile, we're really sort of inviting our viewers into the incremental work of law enforcement. We don't have more answers right now, but there have certainly been very meaningful developments today that are hopefully getting investigators closer to the answers they need, and for the Guthrie family and the community here closer to bringing her home. Kelly?
Kelly, I want you to stand by on that community piece, on the way that this community has rallied around the Guthrie family. I'll come back to you on that in just a second, but you're saying something important, and I want to go to Jim Kavanaugh on this, our NBC News law enforcement analyst. And Jim, there's two pieces to this that Kelly laid out that I want to pick up with you. One is is Kelly described it, the sort of incremental work of law enforcement that we are getting a peek behind the curtain of, and there are, I know in your there are potentially some reasons to be cautious that this person being detained is the person in the video, is the person who had something directly to do with the disappearance of Nancy Guthrie. And then there's also this other piece of it, Jim, which is centering Nancy. Where is she? Are we any closer to finding her?
Right, Hallie, well, you're spot on. Let's break that down. You know, I have a lifetime experience on these big cases. I was on the Atlanta-Birmingham bombing case when investigators in Atlanta were so absolute certain they had the bomber, Richard Jewell, that they wrote a federal search warrant to search his house. You know, many of us at the time said, it's not him, it's not him. But they were absolutely certain. And you remember the anthrax case in Washington when investigators were so certain it was the guy and it was Stephen Hatfield, that it was Mr. Stephen Hatfield and it wasn't him. Mm. So I would just say a little bit of caution here. Let's look at the gold standard we have. That's the video. We can look at that. And nothing's going to bring, that's great evidence right there. You got a lot of things there to look at and make a determination. And since 8 hours ago, the tips flooded in. All kinds of tips are coming in. All kinds of tips. And detectives and agents have to act on that. They have to go conduct interviews and go do things and go see what people were doing. But I mean, if I described you, the command post, for example, the DC sniper, I'd have a board up there next to the command post. We'd have 10 names on it. And I could bring detectives and agents up to the command desk that would swear that number 3 is the sniper because of this and this and this and this and this. And, you know, I would be there with the FBI agent in charge and the chief of detectives, and we'd say, okay, you know, we're going to put them under 24-hour surveillance. If you feel that strongly about it, we're going to put a 24-hour surveillance on them. Sure enough, 2 nights later, the sniper would kill somebody 100 miles away. We'd say, well, where was your guy? And he'd say, oh, he was at a bar in Rockville, Maryland. We said, well, It ain't him. So we would have a list of suspects that all looked super great. So I'm just being cautious. I am buoyed by the fact that they are talking to somebody and they've detained them. They feel good about enough that they've detained them, but that can wash out too. But if it does wash out, that doesn't bring me down 1 inch, because I think that's normal course of business. You already have the gold standard here of this evidence that broke today. That's going to lead to an apprehension. Now, whether it'll be today or tomorrow, but it's going to do it. It's going to do it. Let's hope they have a great lead. Let's hope they can match, the gun, the coat, the backpack. But it could also be something small. Somebody could call in and say, I think it's my boyfriend. He's got a jacket exactly like that. Well, that's not the only jacket like that in Arizona, I guarantee it.
Yeah.
And that's not enough to charge you with anything, but it's enough to go talk to you. Hey, Billy, where were you Saturday night? What are you doing? Who are you? What's going on? Detectives, and try to find out, and then flush him out, or determine that he is good for it, and then you have to get some warrants and so forth. So,
Well, Jim, I think
it's just the way you got to keep your mind and only work from a foundation of facts, and not make sure you don't get spun off.
one of the things you're saying here, and I think it's important, it's not enough. An apprehension wouldn't be enough, right, for the Guthrie family. They want Nancy home. Bring her home. That's what we've heard from the Guthrie family publicly, from Savannah, from her siblings since 10 days ago, when we all learned that this had happened here. And so I think it seems to me like part of what you're saying, Jim, is that there is still a laser focus, and there must be a laser focus in any advancement of the case being directed towards finding Nancy Guthrie.
No, that's exactly right. And there's going to be a lot of tips on who these people could be, or this guy could be. And they've got a lot of reasons and avenues to check all those. This is the first one we've heard about where they've, stepped up to the point where they've detained somebody to question them. But, I used to hear investigators say, I don't believe in coincidences. Well, you haven't investigated many things then, because coincidences, we live in coincidences. People in a certain city, even in a region, they do a lot of similar things. Their lifestyles are similar. They go to similar sports, similar work, similar clothing even. I mean, there's so many coincidences in life. What you got to have is hard, straight facts. Coincidences may cause you to look, but you've really got to get something that's concrete. Now, maybe that will come from this interview, and maybe it won't. Here's what I would say. If I was saying to all of us, don't be discouraged if this lead washes out. Don't be discouraged, because there's lots of other leads in this case. Lots of other leads. I hope it does.
All right, so yeah, we were getting some experts. I'm live out front of Tommaso and Annie's home here. Big deal, big news here. Someone has been detained. Unclear on who this is at this time. But what I'm thinking what we could do is, down the road is the FBI building. We can maybe go down there and see if there's any activity down there, because it's probably most likely the person that got detained went to the FBI building for questioning. I don't think they would be going to the Pima County Sheriff's. I think they would straight up go, this is a big Fed case. We could go down to the FBI building and see what's going on. It's about 10 miles to the south, and we could see, if there's any action or any activity going on there. If you guys want, or we could sit here and maneuver here. But I think possibly that the person could be down there at the building, but we might get an understanding of, who that could be and a name. That's up to y'all. But let me just continue to look around and see what else is out on this person. And if they're going to do that additional operation to the north in Oro Valley, because right now it's just like a person. So what's going on here? Earlier today, Pima County Sheriff's Department detained a subject during a traffic stop south of Tucson. The subject is currently being questioned. Additional information will be released when it becomes available. Let's go to the FBI office. I think hold on a second. I want to go to the FBI office. I think it's down the road here. We should go check out. So apparently this person was detained during a traffic stop. People are also saying that the person detained is not a family member. Not a family member. So that's interesting too. Not a family member. So crazy stuff, folks. Continuous coverage. Guthrie, detained. Are they at the FBI building? Thank you so much for the comments. Thank you for your coverage. You are a trooper. You're welcome. Thank you. I think this guy's leaving. I am at the house at Tommaso's home. That's a news reporter right out there right now. A news reporter outside the home. So let me get my sources here. Let's see what's going on, see if what I could find. Find out the location here. And then if not, we'll go to the FBI building. FBI building. Tucson. FBI building in Tucson. So I'm live outside of a spot where they were doing all the searches today. Yeah, it's not far. 17 minutes away.
Okay, so I'm going to pick back up watching his coverage. He's going to go to the FBI building and see if he sees any movement. And I will catch you back here tomorrow. Thank you again for coming. I appreciate you.
Bada bing, bada boom. Get over here. Get out of here.
Go, Monty, go, 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 go!
He's got green grass in front of him. He's at the 5 touchdown. Woo!
Bye-bye. Thanks now. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.